Rhodey's Pinecone Cafe presents the Midnight Shadows Radio Hour. For those of you who were with us last episode, you'll remember that Jones had to visit Lady Heather with his evidence and his findings on the case of the missing ballerina. Let's rejoin Jones now and see where he's at with his discoveries. I just don't know. I've been over this case. Let me retrace where I'm at. I'm in my office. I get a call from a lady Heather. And then I drive out to her creepy house in the middle of a cemetery in a horrible thunderstorm. And I meet her, and she's nice enough, seems normal enough, but she's missing the ballerina off of a music box that's got sentimental value. And she says she's got to find it by Halloween. So here we are, a week away from Halloween. What have I got? Let's see. I went looking for something, and I found a key in the cemetery. There's a little yellow gold flash off to the side, and then I look over there, and there's a key sitting on one of the headstones. And I find the family plot, and let's see. I got pictures here of it. I've got pictures of the mausoleum, and it's all locked up, and it's got the names of everybody on it. And I'm taking it all in. I come back to her to report, and I bring her an earring. I found an earring, same thing. I was looking in the cemetery, little gold sparkle off to the side, and there in the grass is an earring. So I bring it to her, and this earring, it's got a letter on the back. It says W. So I bring it to her, and she's looking at it. She's going, "Oh my, W. Mine has an H." So I guess H for Heather, but W. Where did I see Wilhelmina? Her dead sister's name is Wilhelmina. Oh, God. And then I go give this to her, and she's not saying a word to me. And then I look at Lady Heather, and something's wrong with her face. It's part covered, and she doesn't look real. And there was this gold glimmer, just like I saw in the cemetery, and it was just spinning in her eye socket. And then all of a sudden, it took off like a flash, and so did I. I couldn't take it. I took off running. I left that house. I jumped in my car, and I didn't even know where I was going. I just had to get out of there. I don't drink it. It was about to make me start. Let me think. And then the W, Wilhelmina. And then I try to get a hold of Lady Heather. I call her, and the butler says she's not available. She's not in. Every time I call. So I stop by the house. One day, I see this lit jack-o'-lantern on the porch, and I come back the next day, and there's another one. And the next day, there's another one. And, oh my God. Wait a minute. Lady Wilhelmina, she died on October 31st. She died on Halloween. That's why Halloween's special to Lady Heather. I got to get a hold of her. This is too much for me. I got to find out what's going on. What? It's a spark? It's that gold thing again. There it went. I got to get out of here. I'm done. Can't hear now, okay? Oh, when I turned you up, you were fine. So just do a recap. Say, oops. Okay, camera. Sound.
Boo! It's me, Lady Heather. Yes, we had technical difficulties. Can you all hear me now? We're checking. That was not my trick for this time.
I think it was.
Yeah. Anyway, let's begin. Welcome to my art studio, or my Halloween haunted art studio, as it may be. Thank you for joining me. This is week 8 of my Lady Heather Halloween celebration. For the last 8 weeks, we've been coloring, okay? But this week, in particular, is going to be a little different. Now, you've already seen the intro, and you saw the radio announcer, you saw Jones talking about Lady Heather and what happened to me a few weeks ago. Well, this is part 1, okay? We've led you down the road on this mystery, but the answers, or the one answer as to what happened, will be revealed next Sunday at 3 o'clock, November 1st. Now, why not on Halloween? Well, people are going to be out trick-or-treating. Maybe some of you are going to have family and friends over to have a Halloween party. So we didn't want to interrupt that. Plus, it's my Lady Heather's birthday. So with that being said, November 1st, it's going to be a party all weekend long. So why not just celebrate both things, Halloween and my birthday? Yay! Anyway, today, like I said, is going to be different. We've colored. You've seen a scarecrow boy. You've seen grayscale. You've seen a mummy unwrapped. You've seen the haunted ballerina dancer. You've learned different techniques that I've taught you. Today, like I promised you, is something totally different. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, well, Lady Heather didn't give us the image to color along with. You will get it during the week for those who are on my Patreon members, and for the rest of you, it will be available in my store for you to download for the final weekend of my Lady Heather-o-ween Halloween celebration. Today, those of you who are on my Facebook page and joined earlier and you saw the intro, you saw 3 or 4 pumpkins on this massive board. Okay, it's 36 by 24. I am painting. It is an acrylic painting. This doesn't mean that you can't do what I'm doing, okay? You can do it by doing grayscale. What you saw in the preview was a grayscale painting that I've been working on. But the key part that's going to solve the mystery is going to be done next weekend. But we got to get everything else laid into place, because if the rest of the pieces aren't into place, you're never going to be able to solve the mystery. Now today, we have tons of things planned for you. Remember, those of you who joined me last week, what are we having? A virtual, imaginary Halloween costume. So for those of you who are new, and by the way, thank you for all for joining me, and welcome to all the new people. Put your thinking caps on, because later on in this show, we are going to ask you what you are wearing, supposedly, for your Halloween costume today. Now, we're going to go ahead and write down everyone's names. My assistant, Tom, is going ahead and going to, when we ask for what you're wearing, go ahead and be creative. Think outside the box. This is Halloween, okay? Give us, what you're wearing. Tell us. He's going to write them down. He'll announce them to me. And I don't know, are we going to announce the winner this week of that? I think so.
That's fine.
By the end of the show, we're going to announce the winner of our Halloween costume. However, a lot of the grand prizes are going to be awarded next weekend. Okay? But I will tell you, we do have another set of Black Widow colored pencils of your choice. It could be any of the 3 original, the Cobra, the Scorpion, the Spider, or it could be the light and skin, dark skin set, or it could even be the Monarch Butterfly set that just came out. 48 pencils in that set. Some lucky person is going to win that, okay, by next weekend. So we will announce the contest during the week. It'll also be down in the description below. I think we'll even do the contest or kind of talk about the contest later on today to fill you in on how you can win your choice. One person will win your choice of the Black Widow set. So let's get ready. I'm going to go ahead and have my assistant turn around the camera, and let's start painting and start answering the mystery, or at least trying to. Happy Halloween, and let's get painting. here we are, and here is the painting. I wish I could show you the whole thing in the screen, but I'm only going to be working on this area here, the pumpkins today. Now I'm going to go ahead and tilt this up real quick. As you can see, there's the moon, there's the gnarly trees, there's the stormy cloud, or maybe it's just clouds because it's Halloween. And I'm going to go ahead and pan down here. Let me talk about the background for just a minute. Yes, that was my wonderful hand here in the way. Okay, trying to get this set up. The camera angle might be a little off today, but this is such a big piece to work on. We're trying to get this all situated, especially for next time, because for those of you, I will be doing more and more paintings along with colored pencils. Yes.
Lady Heather, can we shout out to all the visitors?
Let's give us a shout out. Perfect
idea. I feel
idea.
like Miss What's Her Face on Romper Room. Okay. I see Evelyn and Carl and Judith.
Hi, Evelyn, Carl, Judith.
Glenda and Marge.
Glenda and Marge.
Vanessa.
Hi,
Fern.
Vanessa. Fern. Fern, not Vern. My apologies. Fern.
Masiki.
Masiki.
Candace Letton.
Candace, welcome.
Davissa's here.
Hi, Davissa.
Heather Berger.
Hi, Heather.
And Dustin says hi too.
Hi, Dustin.
And Gia Cricken.
Hi, Gia.
Laura McDougall.
Hi, Laura.
Let's see, I don't want to miss
In
anybody.
case we miss anybody.
Marianne's here. She's up late.
Hi, Marianne.
And I think we've covered them for now, Lady
Okay, and
Heather.
I'm sure we'll have other people come on in. I told you I had a surprise for you, and I hope that you really embrace what I'm doing today with this. And I'm going to be doing a little talking here real quick before I get into, getting dirty with the acrylic paints and so forth. I want you to consider this when you see what I'm doing as another, well, it is another art form, but something that you could do, okay? When you look at this background, if you do it with markers, if you do it with colored pencils and so forth, this is nothing more than grayscale. Exactly what I taught you in week 1 with the Scarecrow Boy, okay? So you learned about the lighting source, and right now, as you know, we had our moon, way up here, and I've done the shadows. I've already created the highlights to this with the white and of course the dark areas. Now we can use our acrylic paints to glaze. This would be something like if you're using your colored pencils, okay? You've done the grayscale, and now you're going to go ahead and take a colored pencil or a marker and go over it. I'm doing the same exact thing with my paints. Yes, do you have a question or a shout out?
Not at all.
Oh.
We can adjust the camera angle as we go.
Oh yes, we will. This is as far back as whoop, there we go, as I can get it. And like I said, we'll move out the arm. Let me see if I can get a little bit better for you. That might be a little bit better for you right now. But anyway, like I said, today we're going to start doing the layers and glares of glazing. Where to begin? I first primed the canvas with gesso real quick. I then laid a very thin, after that dried, and I will be posting the video of how to prime a canvas here at the beginning of the week, more than likely tomorrow or Tuesday. I then went ahead and made a black and gray gradient background, and I will post pictures of this, okay, for you to see. After that's dried, it was time to lay in the moon and the clouds, and I did this using a retarder, which slowed down, this is by Golden, which slowed down the drying time of the paint. And by the way, I am not painting on a canvas. This is a hardboard or a medium density fiberboard. And like I said, you already know the size of it. This is about 1/4 of an inch thick. A cradle panel will be added probably to the back of this and so forth. And then it will be up for sale when I'm done. Let's see, what else? I did it. I did put my retarder in a slow dry medium in my little bottle, just dumped it on, kind of glazed over it, and then I started, like I said, the clouds, and then after that dried, I used Derwent. That's the only other product that I use besides my acrylic paints. Derwent's watercolor pencils. And I used I do not have the tin. Let me see. Oh, get it here. Yes, I do. I used Derwent watercolor pencils. And I used a yellow and a white. Yellow for the pumpkins, which you can kind of see. Hopefully you can see the line here. I'll go ahead and zoom in. And I went ahead and I sketched out, there you go. I sketched out the image in the yellow and then the trees in the white. And then I began painting. It was nothing more than using the grayscale, white and black, thinned down, very light coats. You want to keep it light because it's going to keep it smooth. In doing so and in applying the paint, I went ahead and I used a fan brush. Okay, this is a fan brush. And every time I painted, well, almost every time, if I knew that there was a heavy coat of paint in an area, I just kind of feathered it out. This is not nice and neat. This is a very rough idea of how to paint. Or lay down, I should say, the highlights and the shadows. My undertones. Remember, you can do this with your markers and you can do this with your pencils, watercolors, what have you. Or if you feel froggy and want to go ahead and jump on in, then here you go.
Well, they just need to think of coloring as painting and painting as coloring.
Correct. And that's all basically it is. So right now, what I want to do, you can see that I have the highlight areas like here in the eyes and in the mouth. That's where our strongest light source is going to be coming from. Now, I will not do the back of the pumpkin. You can see here, I have this because that little gold thing you saw, that is a clue. Okay, for those of you who are watching, if you have to, once this goes live, or you can watch it again and watch the replay, watch it again, that intro. There's a lot of information in there. That little gold thing that was in my promo, it's going to be here. That's the answer to this whole entire mystery, more or less. So, in order to start painting, what you need, I have a palette. I already have a couple of my colors down that I'm using. I am using Liquitex and Golden Paint. I have a wide assortment of brushes. I always lay out more than I need, but you know, I rather have everything there that I possibly could use, especially my angle brushes, and one brush just went to the ground. Linear brushes, I mean, I do love my angle brushes, even my little baby angle brush. Fan brushes, and so forth. You want to have a mister bottle of nothing but pure water, and you want to have clean water for your brushes. Yes, that's my fancy glass. Okay, a palette knife, a paper towel, a wash rag comes in handy, and you're pretty much good to go. Why the mister brush? Because the acrylics dry fast, and you may just want to mist it down to keep your board wet. If I was working on a canvas, you can spray the back of the canvas and it'll keep your paints wet. But this is what the retarder does, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit to my palette that you already seen. If we have any questions along the way, please ask. And I'm going to go ahead and get this set up for you. All right. Basically, like I said, we're going to start now building from the light on up. Do we have any questions so far before I get...
Well, Marg says that she's watching on her new PC.
Yay, Marge!
Marianne has never had the courage to try to paint like this. And Heather loves painting.
Well, see, I wanted something so totally different this time for you. And this is something that I've been doing for since pretty much since elementary school, since high school. My first job was actually painting windows for a restaurant back home, and it went out from there. Did that with my dad and everything else like that. And I've been doing windows up until recently. You know, with my MS and that, it's not as easy for me to do.
Now, Carl says distilled water helps the paint wet or open better than regular water, than tap.
Yes, it does. Oh, wait a minute. What was that a question or
No,
or
he
what?
says distilled opens the paint better and keeps it wetter than tap
Yes,
water.
I forgot to mention this is distilled water. Anyway, and it does. He's absolutely correct. So those of you who don't know, Carl is and now was the proud owner of Rhodey, the squirrel, and he helped us. I need white. Always have to have white and black on your palette. And my palette, I want you to see this because even everyone who sees my palette gives me a hard time. This is my nice, neat palette, and I will show this to you by the end of it. It is just going to be a mess. This is my slow drying medium here, and it's time to start painting. And I'm going to go ahead and give everything a mist here on my table. I basically paint everything with an angle brush. I cannot stand. It's just a pet peeve of mine. I can do fine lines and everything with my angle brush. Just personal preference. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start laying in. I've got too much in my. Oh, there she is, like clockwork. That's my Bella. It wouldn't be a live episode without Bella snoring.
Oh, Carl says Rhodey has resurfaced.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's not a goner.
Wow. No, he's a zombie squirrel. Remember, he's back from the dead.
Oh, okay.
And Heather says she likes watercolor painting, and I happen to think Carl's a watercolorist, isn't he?
I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
I didn't know he did acrylic painting too, so.
And Evelyn says that you've seen her painting. She does fluid
Yes.
acrylics.
Oh, yes. That is so cool. She, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's pouring liquid acrylic paints. And Evelyn has her own YouTube channel too. I know she does videos.
Evzar.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. And I don't know if you can see. Hello. Can you see over here? Yes, you can. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start laying in some base colors here.
I think we're going to have to buy Lady Heather a tripod. To back the camera off a little bit.
Well, it's kind of hard since this is so tall. This is kind of funny. You'll all get a kick out of this. So in order for me to basically start painting, I got to get my headset on and everything like this, and I jam. I have one song that I go through my whole entire iTunes music, and I find one song, whatever it does, it goes, that is the song I am going to paint to, and I play it.
What was that song today?
The same song that I've been using for the last few days doing this. Lady Gaga's Edge of Glory. And that's the only song I listen to now for the remainder of this painting.
Carl says he uses a lot of different media, and Evelyn's been so busy setting up her home office she hasn't time to post anything.
Oh no, that's why I haven't seen anything. Well, hope it's going good for you.
Lady Heather, you have a record. You have 17 viewers right now.
Yay! I don't want to use any of my slow dry medium right now. That's not needed. You only want to use it like when I was doing the clouds here to keep your canvas. You have more drying time with the acrylics. Because acrylics dry, I think they even dry faster than watercolor, especially if you have a lot of water. may be wrong on that. I'm not a huge acrylic painter, or pardon me, watercolorist. Although I like my Derwent ink tints, but that's kind of not the same.
Have you ever painted oils, Lady Heather?
Yes. Yes. Many, many years ago. But this is what I did years, I go back to that, years and years and years, for decades. It just acrylic painting murals and stuff for like Shriners hospitals across the country, here in the States, zoos, state zoos, elementary schools. I've done work for Outback Steakhouse, Coca-Cola, Nabisco, all that stuff, just doing murals and paintings and stuff throughout the year. Now, it's okay if you're seeing some of these, how it's not solid right this second, because like I said, this is such thin down acrylic paint, which is basically the next step up from the watercolors, okay? Oh, I lost my train of thought. I don't know what I was saying. It'll come back to me.
So that's almost like a glaze you're laying on top of your...
Thank you. That's what I was talking about. Yes, it's a glaze. It'll be many, 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 many coats of this, and it just slowly builds up. Exactly like your colored pencils. Want to make sure you keep your brush, moist. And we do have some special guests that will be popping in.
I was going to say, back there in the trees, I thought I saw the glimpse of Miss Dr. Lolo's top hat.
Oh, no. Not Dr. Lolo.
And Carl says, very impressive, Lady Heather. Great resume.
Well, thank you. Oh, it goes on and on. Budweiser, Zephyr Hills, Sonoma Wines, Progresso. Texas Roadhouse. Oh, no. Don't get us going on food again. Mm-hmm. We know what happened last time. Oh, yeah. Evelyn's here.
Mm-hmm.
No Jiffy Pop at the dollar store. Okie dokie.
But we did find the pixie sticks.
Yes, pixie sticks. Good old pixie sticks. Okay, so I want to go ahead and I want to slowly build the next color up. This is a darker. Yellow, and if I get quiet, I am not ignoring you.
Now, Gia Cricken wants to know, is this a normal way to work, first with black and gray and later on with colors? I ask because I never paint or draw, I only color.
Well, you can actually do both. I like doing the undertones because this way I can go ahead and add all the glazing on top. And it makes it richer, okay? And, what can I say? A lot more depth to your piece.
Now, Evelyn says that Walmart has Jiffy Pop. And she said you started painting professionally when you were 5?
No, in elementary school, probably, well, it started off in school and I really liked it. And no, I did not draw on the walls. Everyone asked me that. So did you ever paint on the walls at the house?
How old were you when you...
Probably about 8.
Professionally?
Professionally, no. I was 13. 13, 14 started doing window paintings with my dad. And we're just changing up, as you can see, the various colors of yellow coming through.
Marianne loves Texas Roadhouse, and she celebrated her birthday in one of those a few years ago.
Yay! They're so much fun.
It's changed, but it's still good.
Mm-hmm. Now, just because you see me going outside the lines here, the line is actually there. It's just I'm laying in color over the darker shade, and you'll see why here in a little bit.
Well, you just got a compliment from Evelyn. She says, because you're way too young for all the stuff you have done.
Thank you. Well, I say I'm only 25, so. Yeah, okay. Keep it up.
My coloring corner with Renee says, hello, Heather.
Hi,
I'm
Renee.
late, but I love the painting.
Oh,
I
thank
don't
you.
paint a lot, but I used to oil paint. Now I stick to coloring with other media. And I do the same with my pencils, lighter over dark.
Oh, it's somebody who does lighter over dark. Okay, oh, so no, dark. A little like Davissa.
Lighter over dark.
Yeah. I don't know, Davissa's... I've started doing that, but it's hard.
Carl says talent has no age limit. This is true.
Well, thank you. Now, up here in the darker areas, that's going to be where that rind, you know what I'm talking about. Speaking about pumpkins, how many of you already have your jack-o'-lanterns and stuff already bought? Are any of you decorating here in the States, or those who celebrate Halloween? Are any of you expecting trick-or-treaters this year?
Just remember, when you ask a question, it takes about 20 seconds for it to go live for them.
Yeah. And yes, we have, forgive the noise, the neighbor next door is having, I guess they're out there.
They're mowing the lawn.
Oh, almost dropped a brush.
You know that Frenchman, mowed a lawn?
No. No.
And Marianne says, like all of us here, we're just 29 plus some days.
That's it. A lot of days.
Renee says she would have in her own town, but it's been canceled.
Ah. Well, we can always party. You know what's heartbreaking this year? Is the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown is only available on Apple.
Yeah, but they're letting people see it free
Yeah, it's still not the same,
for a
though.
couple days.
It's still not the same. It's not the same unless you see Charlie Brown and Snoopy.
Now, here's something. Carl and Dustin say not there. Carl says a lot of decorations and very festive. Marianne, and this is in Denmark, saw the neighbor here sat 3 different pumpkins out on their stairs outside.
Wow.
Evelyn says not expecting trick-or-treaters, but she has a herd of black cats and spiders in the house.
Yay!
Your pumpkins are starting to take form.
Indeed, they are starting to glow. Oh no, that's Transylvania. But...
Marianne said the government just about closed us down again Friday because Corona's getting worse. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, not cool. Just stay safe, everyone. The sooner we all follow everyone's guidelines and stay indoors and let this thing pass, hopefully sooner than later, we'll all be back to a new world, I guess you could say.
Lady Heather, my mother was Scot-Irish, and jack-o'-lanterns come from that region.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know that when you carve Jack and you light him up, you give him a spirit? And that when Jack's candle goes out, you're supposed to smash the pumpkin to let Jack go.
What if it's a Jackette?
Well,
Or Jackie.
that would let Jackie go too.
A Jackette?
But you don't want to leave him trapped in the pumpkin.
Why? What happens if you leave him trapped in the pumpkin?
Uh-oh, Vanessa has lost her interwebs.
Uh-oh. She'll be back.
Carl says their kids grew up with Charlie Brown.
I wonder if they're going to take off Charlie Brown. Now I'm back thinking about Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown's Christmas.
Well, the Thanksgiving is already scheduled for Apple, and they're giving people 2 days to see that free too.
I didn't like the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. I don't know. Maybe I'm
I just
weird.
have to think that Chuck Schultz would be upset about this
You
because
think?
he gave his art to the world.
As you can see, going back in, building it up. You lay down the white too, because you want this to be really, really bright.
Marge says she's still unpacking, so she hasn't posted in a while. And Marianne says she lives in a very small country with only 5.5 million people, and having 1,000 new sick every day, that's a lot.
Wow.
And Marge says doesn't know if she has trick-or-treaters, as the majority are so much older than her.
Hey, you know what? We should just buy a bag of Halloween and celebrate indoors.
I think she should go trick-or-treating.
Who, Marge?
Why not?
No.
You're always a kid at heart.
Well, yeah, but no.
And Evelyn stopped carving pumpkins. She just paints them, and now she can use them to make pie and roast the seeds.
Oh, yum. I love, yeah,
We just bought 2 pie pumpkins.
yes, but that's for, I don't know what I'm making. I can't remember right now. I'm making something. And you're probably wondering why not build, why do so many layers? It's just a matter of building it up. Like I said, you want to create that depth.
Marge says, no way, Tom.
Yeah, if we each buy a bag of candy, then we can celebrate. Watch Halloween. Whoa. The Scream Queen, Jamie Lee Curtis. That's always a good one for Halloween. Remember, take your time when you do this, because you want you don't want a buildup of paint. You want this to be very, very smooth.
Carl says they stopped carving when their son passed away, and they always loved the pumpkin seeds roasted.
Oh, roasted pumpkin seeds are delish.
And Devissa says that's her favorite movie.
Halloween.
I guess so, yeah.
Didn't like the last one though with her.
That kind of stunk.
Yeah.
That was like Halloween Met the Terminator or something. It was just...
I don't know. It just could have been so much more. I want to get this glow in here pretty solid. It won't be done, the glow won't be done until we get the rest of the pumpkins in. And I'm going to be moving on to that pumpkin, or the major part of the pumpkins here real soon. Like I said, it wouldn't be an episode if we didn't have Bella in the background snoring.
Marge says her wheelchair could be thought of as a costume. Sure, why not?
Of course.
And Dustin says a bag of chocolate candy doesn't go far around that house. What was it we couldn't find in the store the other day? The crackle and the...
Yeah, the small little, like about that big, the bars, the assorted of, the crackle, Mr. Goodbar, what else? A Hershey Special Dark, or the regular Hershey's, and there was something else. The crackle always disappears first. And haven't found it in any store.
Carl says that was a great idea, and they always decorated their son's wheelchair. He was the hit of trick-or-treating.
Yay.
And they made a sequel to the last Halloween movie already.
No way.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. I was leery about... Freddy Krueger's my man. And I was leery about watching The Nightmare Before... The Nightmare on Elm Street. When they redid it without Robert Englund. But I have to say, I did go to the theater and watch it. I have to say, that is pretty much the best... sequel or prequel to any horror franchise, or really any movie. It trust me, it's not the same without Robert Englund. However, in this one, they did it so well that it's believable because it told the story before.
Now, Marianne asked if we have special Halloween candy over here.
Smarties.
Yep, Smarties for us. But it's all kind of like the generic candy bars, just cut down to bite size.
Yep. You know what? We need to start our Halloween contest. So how many of you are imaginary, putting on your imaginary costumes and getting ready to reveal what costume you are wearing? I know we have to do different stuff in the pandemic, and this is fun. It shows me how creative you can be. And what do I have? I have a set of hoo-hoo markers and something extra special. It'll be a little ACO card of one of my original paintings. It's a little
cool.
itty bitty trading card that I will give away. It'll be tucked in that prize.
So Carl says they're in costume. Davissa, Marianne, and Marianne says, Smarties, don't you have them all year round? We do, but Halloween is just special because you can get a big old bag of them. Dustin says they're discounting the candy before Halloween instead of after.
Already?
Like usual. Yep.
Yeah, that's because they're calling.
So you need to ask.
That's because they're calling off Halloween in so many places. But if people were smart, why not have the kids dress up and party in the house? You know what I'm saying?
So Dustin says the movie is called Halloween Kills, and it was supposed to be released this year, but due to the pandemic, it won't be till next year. And Renee says she is in her imagination. Renee, what are you wearing in your imagination?
Yes, we got to all tell.
I need to hear what you guys are wearing. And I'm writing it down.
They're starting to glow. And Bella's getting louder and louder.
She's a sweet old dog.
13. And don't worry if you're still seeing some of that gray if you're doing this underneath your canvas. Trust me, it'll be gone. Okay,
Glenda
what do we
says
have?
she's dressed up in her costume, but it's getting a little uncomfortable. She's dressed as Rhodey.
Yay! Wait a minute. Rhodey the normal squirrel or a zombie squirrel?
And then we've got Heather Berger as Cleopatra.
Ooh.
Just trying to get this all written down. Everybody forgive me.
Cleopatra a mummy or Cleopatra the gorgeous?
And Renee is a witch.
A witch? Okay, cool.
And Fern is a mummy with tiny spiders crawling out all over and falling off as she walks.
Oh, yes!
And let's see. Renee is the Wicked Witch of the West with her flying monkeys.
Okay. I love the Wicked Witch of the West.
I'll get you, my pretties, and the little dog, too.
Oh, no, that sounds like
That's
the
too
Looney
convincing.
Tunes. Ha ha.
Dustin is Freddy Krueger.
All right.
And it's Rhodey the zombie.
Excellent.
Oh, Heather's the gorgeous Cleopatra.
All right.
Marianne says, I'm sitting here on my broom with a long black dress with long wide sleeves and my big purple cape and my big witch hat on, and her vort is itching like heck on her chin. What was that movie we watched the other night?
The Witch?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I thought it was interesting. Oh, and Masiki is Mystique.
Ooh.
Painted my imaginary costume.
Oh, from the X-Men.
And Carl, Judith is Rodina the wife, silky fur, blonde, jeweled tail, carrying basket of golden peanuts.
All right.
So what's Carl dressed as? Vanessa says, "Oh, what's happening? My nose, it's getting crooked." And what is that? A wart? Oh, and Davissa is Jack Skellington.
Oh, yeah, I should have known that. Yeah. Good old Jack. Carl's not in costume?
I'm looking. Oh, Carl says, "Rhodey is here, survived the blast. Old white and with blotches, red eyes, and zombie fur is hanging loose." So Carl is Rhodey also. Oh.
So we have 3 roadies running amok. Well, one pretty and 2
Rodina,
scary.
yeah.
Rodina.
It's the glam Rhodey.
It's the glam roadie before the meteor.
But anyway, that movie, The Witch, that was like the Pilgrim Times. That was very, very interesting.
Yeah, that's what you call it. Unsettling.
And Carl says this Rhodey can barely walk. And Vanessa says, "Oh yay, a wand has appeared." I'm dressed as the Invisible Man, just so everybody knows.
I'm just the artist. No, if I was going to dress up,
I don't know. I see that long beard like Da Vinci. You could have a long beard and you could be painting.
No. I'd probably be Maleficent.
Really?
Yeah. Even though that's not, I'd have to be Maleficent.
I was at a carnival years ago, and this young woman, she had to be 19 or 20, was dressed as Jack Sparrow. And
Oh,
she
that's
was
good.
dead on.
Wow.
She even had the fake mustache and the fake little goatee nubbin. And Marianne says she lost one of her witch shoes when she was flying in.
That was priceless.
And Vanessa says, "Oh my, a long black dress covered in spider webs."
All right.
I can't remember what the commercial is for. I think it's insurance, where the witch is the roommate with the 2 young girls.
I missed that one.
And she gives the young girl the sip of the soup, and she starts turning into a cat.
I missed that one.
Pretty funny.
Still say the best Halloween commercial is the Reese's Pieces. Did Evelyn chime in with her costume?
I'm looking. It's really hard to keep track of chat sometimes.
So if we didn't give your name or hear you, or comment your costume, please
repeat.
repost. Okay, and then we're gonna let these dry, even though it's fast drying because I didn't put in the slow dry. We're gonna move on to something else here and come back to this. Like I said, don't worry about if you see some of the gray coming through. That won't happen by the time this is done. So you have the really white area is the really bright light. Then you have, your darker area where that rind is going to go ahead and come on in. Like I said, this is just very, very small, minimal coats.
Carl says, "Uh-oh, baby roadies have just appeared. Combination of Rhodey and Rodina after the blast."
So what are they?
Carl needs to watch out for the pine cones now.
Zombie babies? Roadie-zoms. Baby roadie-zoms. I can see the little baby roadie-zoms. One with the glamorous tail running by.
But like Carl said, his roadie is old with white fur and blotches of burnt fur from the blast and red eyes, and he can barely walk. Tell you what, that's enough to scare me. And Fern Dyke says her spider's getting bigger.
This is so much fun. And I'm sitting here refilling my palette. And my palette, I have to say, is so clean right this second. It's still... Look at it. It's nice and neat. This never ever happens. It's never neat.
Ooh, Gia Cricken says she found her Nefertiti dress in the back of her closet.
All right.
So she's going to see if that one still fits.
All right.
Very cool.
This never ever ever happens like this. This is funny. And I'm just putting an assortment. I have everyone from light yellow to Naples yellow to the medium to burnt sienna, raw sienna, and burnt umber.
And Vanessa's going to try to think she's going to turn me into a frog.
I like that.
I'm
More
going to head for
warts.
the hills. And Carl says he's going to send some of the babies to Tom.
All right.
And Heather says, help Freddie is after me, because that's what Dustin's dressed as.
Could you see Freddy Krueger going after Cleopatra? Oh, this is too cool. Okay, so I'm going to use my burnt umber here.
Was I the one who let you know for the first time that Robert Englund is Cloris Leachman's son?
What?
Robert Englund is Cloris Leachman's son. Son or
No.
stepson. Yeah. Yeah.
You're pulling my leg.
Nope. Wikipedia.
Really? Really, really, really?
And Dustin says, only in your dreams, Heather Berger. Literally.
Oh. Gonna get a little blue here. I need a dark blue.
A dark blue? Which one?
No, I gotta see it. I'm going up to my next paint shelf here. Let's see, and I'm gonna be grabbing some Payne's Gray. My palette is too neat. I kid you not. This usually is.
Now, you were
dark.
taught differently than me.
What do you mean?
Well, my mother painted oils, and the thumb palette had to have everything in its spot.
Well, this is how it's looking, and this is not how it is. I kid you not. It'll be a whole disarray of colors. It's like all globbed together and stuff, and it's just like, yeah, right, whatever. Okay, I'm going to mix a little Payne's Gray with burnt umber. And I'm going to start building in some of these.
And Carl says, this is looking marvelous, Lady Heather.
Thank you.
Oh, Bella's on the prowl. She walks like a bulldog.
Yes, she does. I have some blue going in here. Blue is a great complement for orange. Great for shadows. And I am using a different brush. This is just a flat brush. No retarder yet. Or slow dry medium. Although, you know what? I am going to add a little bit. Speaking about that, I am going to add a little bit of that. This will buy me some time in blending. And now my palette's starting to get a little muck.
That's my favorite Halloween movie.
I don't know. It's good, but I like Hubie Halloween.
That was cute, but I prefer Hocus Pocus.
Wow. Adam Sandler did a really good job with that.
I used to have a black cat, but I wanted him to be like Binks.
This is still not light enough. Now my palette is starting to get kind of creepy. It's still not the right color I'm looking for. Where is Bella?
Right behind you.
Oh, yeah.
I'll scooch her.
Sitting in a roll chair here, and
Don't want to run over a Shih Tzu.
no, not. Here's a little phthalo green. There we go. If at first you don't get the right color, try again.
I'm anxious to see what color those pumpkins turn out to be.
No, they're not going to be your typical here. And that's a little too light. Oh, well, we'll go for it.
Now Carl's got me hungry for pumpkin seeds.
Let's Start carving two big pumpkins.
Fern is beating a spider pendant for a friend while she watches.
All right.
Vanessa says, "Hocus pocus, give me a potion to help me focus."
All right, this is going to be hard. We're going to have to do a random. We're going to have to do a random org thing to choose a winner.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I'd pick all you guys.
And Intruder Lady is here. That's Kitty, isn't it?
Hi, Kitty. Okay, got to spill. What costume are you imaginary wearing? Be creative. Cleaning out my brush there. So just out of curious, this is a good question. Now you've all seen the trailer, well, except for Kitty. Kitty can watch it on the replay. What do you think is going on with Lady Heather and Jones? What's going to be the key piece to this painting?
Kitty says it's 9 o'clock there now, and they got the winter time last night, so she's late.
Oh.
Everybody had their daylight savings is different from the United States.
Now the shadows and the highlights, you can see I'm laying the same color in real thin. And you can see how it changes whenever I come across a light or dark area. Bella, Bella, Bella.
Carl said, "One year Judith had me dress up like Dracula, and I sat in our van. And when the trick-or-treaters came by, I would jump out of the van.
Oh,
I think one of the kids is still running. He must be 90 by now."
I remember that we had a great big bush growing up in front of our house. In the middle of the yard, and you had to come up the driveway and go around up to the porch, and you could hide behind the bush and just scare people. That was fun. Scare the little trick-or-treaters. Terrible of me, terrible.
When I was a kid, we would go trick-or-treating, and then we'd go have firecracker fights in a grapefruit orchard. And you put the firecracker inside the grapefruit, light it, and throw it. So whoever gets spattered with grapefruit pulp.
Really?
Yeah, it was fun. Oh. Marianne thought Carl was being mean. Poor kid.
Aww. As you can see, I'm working in various areas here, trying to get everything just... Basically, we're just laying in the glaze over the highlights and stuff. And now you're using the slow dry, so you're buying time for it to dry.
Kitty says she loves the painting and she'll be sure to watch the video later.
No one's had any guesses as to what is happening with Lady Heather?
Nope, not yet. And she wishes that they had trick-or-treating there. Kitty, you can start the trend.
Yeah, that's it.
Get in costume and go knock on somebody's door and beg for candy. That's all it is. And if they don't give you candy, you get toilet paper and ravage their house.
Oh, yeah, that's what she... Yeah, I can see Kitty doing that.
That's the trick. And Evelyn's back. She had to go say goodbye to somebody.
Welcome back.
So far, you have 12 viewers who are in costume.
Yay!
And we have 20 watching the live stream.
All right.
Kitty says she'd love to go do the toilet paper. And Heather knows you
Kitty.
so well. It's best if you toilet paper all their trees and then get the hose and wet it down.
Jeez!
They can never get it
You
off.
guys are so bad.
Carl said in those days this was fun. Those days are gone forever, I'm sorry to say. Wish those days were back. Let's have fun, people, and a wholesome laughs. And Gia wants to know, what's that in the background? Also a pumpkin, or is it a ghost?
Right now there's just 1, 2, 3 jack-o'-lanterns and one mysterious pumpkin right here. I don't know what's going. Well, I do know what's going to be there.
That's
but
the secret.
that's the secret.
And,
Yes.
Marge says her favorite Halloween film is It from 1986. So that's-
Tim Curry, yay!
and she thinks her imagination has come up with Pennywise, complete with balloons.
All
There.
right.
Okay. So Marge is Pennywise.
So she's Pennywise, Tim Curry style.
Yep.
All right. Now I'm just gonna still stay with Maleficent. I really, really am. Really, really, really.
Saw Tim Curry in a commercial the other day for that website where you can chat with stars.
Oh yeah.
And he's looking good, and he had the Pennywise costume in his closet, and he says, by the way, I also do children's parties.
Oh yeah, that's what you want at a children's party.
Dustin says we all float down here, as Pennywise would say. Have you shown them your coffee cup?
Yes, at another stream.
Okay. Oh, Evelyn is Magenta from Rocky Horror.
Oh! Oh my god. No. Oh, I could be Negan. Wait a minute, I may change my costume. No. No, I'm Maleficent. I have to be Maleficent. So basically it's just going ahead and laying in your colors right now. Like I said, got a slow dry, medium going on.
Oh, Vanessa likes The Haunting of Emily Rose.
Oh, that is creepy. That is just wrong.
That's supposed to be based on a true story, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I saw that in the theater, and that left me like creepy, not in a good way. Ballerina.
What's the other one we like? Rose Red?
Rose Red. Stephen King.
Heather says you could be Lucille.
Ooh, a baseball bat. I love that.
Didn't Stephen King show up in that movie too?
Absolutely. He was
what
the
was he?
pizza. He
Pizza
was the
delivery?
Pizza boy delivery. Yep. It's not like I haven't watched that movie like 900 times.
Dustin said if he changed his costume, he'd become Beta from Walking Dead.
Ooh. See, okay, so they're Walking Dead fans. How many of you, without giving anything away, the final that would just aired what, on October 4th? Mm-hmm. How many of you think that Beta got a raw deal in the ending? I mean, I wanted to see, how can I say this? There should have been some serious fighting between him and Negan.
And Dustin likes The Shining. Vanessa
That's
Anderson
creepy.
likes the Amityville Horror. Marg likes the original Poltergeist. That is a film.
Yeah,
the
that's
original
creepy.
one is a film. I didn't like the remake very much.
No, I don't like the remake. Conjuring's good. Woman in Black is good.
Marianne says the only one she's ever seen is The Exorcist. She's never dared to see any more.
Well, we watched the...
That movie scared me Catholic. I converted after seeing that one.
That did not scare me. The third one scared me more than the first one because I'm sitting here watching Linda Blair vomit and it's just like...
Oh, so Vanessa says, was Lady Heather turning into the music box doll?
I don't know.
Carl loved The Beast with 5 Fingers.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
And Gia liked Rose Red also because he always shows up in his movies. He even showed up in Mr. Mercedes.
Oh, that was hilarious. That not hilarious, but that was good.
Dustin thinks that Beta got taken out too easily.
Yeah.
I think Beta's going to become a walker.
Oh, that would be really cool. I mean, I like the actor. I liked him when he was in The Outsiders. Bella, if you snore any louder. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. She's just going to town.
I woke her up and she went right back to snoring. Oh, I got her to move.
Do you have the random org set up to do numbers? You've assigned numbers to everyone and got the random org thing going?
I have. It's on my phone.
All right. We'll get that set up here. How are we doing on time?
Well, right now, time is flying. We're at 4:08.
See, this is hard because, I mean, now see, because Heather and Dustin, so if one of them win, are they going to share? I mean, you got to share.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe not. And see, same with Judith and Carl.
So what is the prize exactly?
This is a set of 48 Hoo-Hoo markers.
Cool. That's a good gift.
That's a good gift. But there'll be also an ACO signed by me of one of my original pieces.
See, there's a movie I want you to see, and we can't find it anywhere.
Oh, Something Wicked Comes This Way?
No, Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's Shakespeare. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. And then Dustin says it's a known fact that Stephen King always plays a minor part in all movies that were adapted from his books.
Yes.
And Evelyn says it's a sign of a content and happy puppy snoring away. Dustin and Heather say they can share. Vanessa says they've got a movie called Lights Out 2 on her hard drive. Been trying to watch it for about 8 months now. Can't get past the first 5 minutes.
Sounds like me with Pet Cemetery, the book. Can't get past that book. Page 53 in that book.
What, the
page
bicycle
53.
accident?
No, not the bicycle accident. When he comes to life, Victor Pascal. The movie doesn't creep me out. The book, oh yeah.
Kitty says that she'd be one of the Sanderson sisters if they did Halloween.
All right.
Which one, Kitty?
Kitty, wait a minute. Let me guess. She'd be Bette Midler. She'd be Winifred.
Winifred?
Winifred, yeah. No. She'd be Sarah Jessica Parker's part.
Carl says that Judith and she will share.
All
Judith
right.
and he will share.
That's what they say now. Trick or treat.
When I was a kid, I was Dracula, and I was the Count of Monte Cristo.
I was the Ghost of Christmas Present. And past. My mom made that costume. Had a glowing torch.
I remember that costume.
Yeah, we played a school part.
Yeah, Heather played...
The Ghost of Christmas Present, and you were Scrooge. Huh.
True to life, huh?
Not Scrooge money-wise. I'm thinking.
Bah.
Yeah, that way. Bah humbug. I was in 4th grade. My torch in that costume even glowed.
We had to do that play twice. Remember?
Yep.
For our classmates.
And how are we doing on time?
It's 4:11. You asked me 3 minutes ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
I forgot.
And then you did a Betsy Ross skit and had me done up as George Washington. And my mom must have spent 2 hours making his wig out of white yarn.
I remember that. I was a pretty Betsy Ross. Yes, I was.
Kitty says her first thought was Bette Midler, but she'd like to be Sarah too.
See, I knew it.
And Dustin Berger says a couple years ago he was Charlie Brown complete with Snoopy. Last year he was the Joker.
All right.
I went to a Halloween party and a girl dressed as Shaggy and had her Great Dane as Scooby.
Oh, that's funny.
Bella is Rip Van Winkle. I don't know if she's going to sleep 20 years or not.
You think? Well, that's our spooky sound effects. Just leave it to Bella. She's definitely our sound effects.
That's actually a decent Halloween story, but they never play it.
What?
Rip Van Winkle.
How do you figure that's
When
Halloween?
he meets Henry Hudson and his little men playing ninepins up in the Catskills.
Hmm.
At least he got away from Dame Van Winkle.
I like Sleepy Hollow.
I was going to say that's probably one of my favorite Halloween movies.
Now you need to pay attention here. You have a lot of light coming from that moonlight. So that's why we need to make these pumpkins glow in more than one way. You have the jack-o'-lantern, and you also have the, coming from the light inside, but also from the moonlight. So you really need to really pay attention to your various light sources.
We have been slandering Bella. That was not her snoring.
Who was that?
Bug.
No way.
Yep.
That was Little Bug?
That was Bug. Kitty likes Sleepy Hollow too. Renee says she was going to say she sounds like a creaking door. She does.
I can't believe she's just a little 10-pounder.
And then Fern saw Halloween Town last night.
How is that? I've never seen that. Isn't that with Debbie Reynolds?
I haven't seen it. Have you? Well, you like Goosebumps, right?
Oh, love Goosebumps.
House with a Clock in the Walls is a good Halloween movie too.
Oh, I love that movie.
Especially the scene with the jack-o'-lanterns.
Yes. No, mine's the favorite on the inside when he's outside in the patio
with the
with
stars.
the stars. That is just magical. Pure magic. Mercy bugaboo. So everywhere where you've laid down this white before is making it whiter and lighter than it is. So you got some really awesome shadows going on here and highlights.
Vanessa likes Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice is adorable.
Fern says, scary as I get is Disney movies.
Disney movies are good.
Well, they did Ichabod Crane with Sleepy Hollow back before we were born.
Mm-hmm. And then you have something like that. Water flick off your brush. Just grab it real quick.
See, what scares me is when you do the witch hazel laugh.
Really?
Evelyn does not watch scary movies.
Really? Well, she's a huge Halloween person, though. Because she was born on Halloween, too. I hope she didn't mind me saying that. And as we go, you see how the pumpkin is really developing. And this is the same kind of principle you can apply with your
Colored pencil.
colored pencils
markers.
and exactly.
Well, that's like when we converted my photograph to grayscale and you colored it.
Mm-hmm.
Carl says, this is spooktacular.
Thank you. When I acrylic paint, there's so many different layers and stuff. It's fun getting lost in the colors and the paint. I mean, when you sit there and use colored pencils, your hands really don't get dirty. When you use markers, maybe you'll get some, marker spots on you. But when you get into the paint, there's just something very relaxing about this.
Evelyn says she was traumatized. Her cousin sat on her when she was 4 and forced her to watch The Blob. Nope, no more.
Oh, no.
And Dustin's been watching horror movies since he was 7 years old. It all started out with When a Stranger Calls.
When a stranger calls, when a stranger calls.
And I think that's when the stranger's in the house.
No, is that?
I'll look it up. And
No, that's no. The one with Liv Tyler?
No, older, much older. Heather says, and beautiful painting.
Yeah, thank you.
The one that scared me so bad when I was little, I think I was probably 7, was Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. It was Monday night at the movies, and I couldn't walk through a dark room for a couple years after that.
Wow. What is that noise? Is that Dr. Lolo hanging around?
Oh, God, I hope not. I hate Dr. Lolo. Mark says, can anyone remember the film Rats by Stephen King? Also another fab film is The Manitou. Boy, that's been a while. Don't know who wrote it, but it was about a man with a horror guy growing out of his back. That was the Native American one. And Kitty says she only watches scary movies during the day since I've seen Salem's Lot in the first It movie. It didn't watch any scary movies till a few years ago. I love Salem's Lot.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Fern says her brother thought funny to make me watch Pet Sematary when I was a teen.
I'm sure that's Dr. Lolo. You need to check.
Wait a minute. Oh, no. It is I, Dr. Lolo. How are you, Lady Heather?
Hello, Dr. Lolo.
Did you like the little curse I sent you?
A curse? No, I like
Yes.
that doll.
I put a spell on your microphone.
Oh, I think it's helped it. Not a curse.
So, when will you have me back to your home?
Sure, anytime.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will look forward to it. I must go. It is Halloween, and I'm going to have some fun.
All right, thank you, Dr. Lolo.
Heather says it's looking more and more dimensional. And he says the guy's in the same house as the babysitter and keeps calling her. Finally, she gets a call back from the cops saying he's in the house with her after they've traced the call.
Yep, I've seen it.
Evelyn says the original Witches gave her the creeps. Yeah, it did. That was the one with the little kid turns into the mouse because it was in the watercress
Yeah,
soup.
that's the one that Anne Hathaway just is doing the
Yeah, they're
remote.
doing a remake right now.
Yeah, but I mean, I like Stanley Tucci. I'll tune into it, but I don't. And I like Anne Hathaway, but I don't know.
Ben.
Huh?
Ben was a good film about rats. Did you ever see that?
Oh no, it's Willard.
Well, Ben came after Willard.
No, never seen Ben.
Well, Ben was the lead rat.
Who?
You know, Michael Jackson sang the song about him
No,
when he was little.
no. No clue.
I can't play the tune because we'll violate copyright.
No, we are not. No. Mm-mm.
Can't even hum it. Marianne says, oh my gosh, how many scary movies do you people watch over there?
Tons year round.
Scary movies gross more than just about any other film, except the big ones. Well, like Top Gun. They were going to release that this year, and oops.
Oh, you got.
And
Titanic.
Evelyn forgot about Willard. Willard's a good movie.
Yeah, it's sad.
Ernest Borgnine gets... Oh, I won't.
No, that's not. I've seen the remake.
Oh, okay. And Kitty says, yes, the song Ben is from the movie. Yep.
Okay, so it's a matter of just building up, like I said, layer after layer here. adding the color, and then you can come back in and we'll fine tune this.
Dustin's a horror movie fanatic.
Excellent.
Just like
So
you.
am I. Yep.
Oh, and there was one with lions that hunted people. That was The Ghost in the Darkness.
That was good with Michael Douglas.
Yep. And, what's his face?
Clint Eastwood.
No. Val Kilmer.
Was it Val Kilmer? Or was it? Okay. don't know
Those
about that
those two lions are stuffed, and they're in the Chicago Natural History Museum.
Yep.
And
A friend of mine got to see him. He said, if you're ever in Chicago, he said, you must see them.
I've seen them, and they don't look like normal lions. They're called cave lions. They have no manes, but they're both males.
They're scary.
And there were over 100 bodies in those caves, they say. The lions hunted for sport. Marianne says it looks fabulous. Marg's in England, and she loves horror movies. I love the old English horror movies that Hammer Films used to make with Peter Cushing and all Christopher Lee as Dracula and all those good old actors.
What about a good funny one like Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy?
Those are fun. Abbott and Costello Meet the Monsters. I'm sure that Carl's seen that.
Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, that was good.
That was funny.
And Marianne says it looks fabulous. And Davis is a horror fan too. And Evelyn says her speed is Godzilla and other monster movies.
All right. Sharknado!
Oh, Vanessa says Sweeney Todd.
Oh, I turned that off.
That's a gross one.
And the bad thing was, I was watching it, and we were at a friend's house, and they were cooking, and it happened to be hamburger that day, and it's like,
At least it wasn't meat pies.
no, it.
And Fern says the grizzly scared her.
That was scary.
I like the howling.
What about the what? Oh, is it haunted?
The haunting.
Yeah.
That was a good one. With Liam Neeson.
Mm-hmm. We need to do the random generator here, and let's start awarding a prize for. Let me have your phone here so I can go ahead and hit the magic
Okay.
button.
Hit the button.
Let's see, everybody. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 names. Oh, lucky number 13. All right, 1 through 13, you've all been assigned a number. Gonna hit the, hold on a second. Okay, I can't get the phone to work here. All right. Hold on a minute. I'm doing this one-handed. I need to put down my palette. Hold on. Time to wash my brush. Hang on. All right, hang on a minute. My brush, I got paint all over me, and I'm getting paint all over your phone. All right. Let me go ahead and hang on a minute. Okay, this is number 9. Number 9, go ahead and tell me who that is. That is
Davissa as Jack
Davissa.
Skellington, so she gets some
Yay!
Ohuhu markers.
Ohuhu markers goes to, and an ACO of my, one of my original paintings, a trader card signed by me. We're going to go ahead and do a couple other ones here, just because it's Halloween, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, hold on, let me do the random generator again. And that is number 2. Drum roll, please. Heather, oh, that's Heather and Dusty, or Dustin. You won an ACO too. The winners, please contact me privately. Do not put your information, your mailing addresses on here on YouTube. Contact me privately, either via email or messenger, so forth, so I can get your addresses and that. So, once again, Davissa so far won our contest, our imaginary Halloween contest. She won a set of Ohuhu 48 markers with an ACO card. Heather, you received a limited edition, or you will be receiving a limited edition ACO card. I'm leaving the images surprised. When you get it, it is signed and will come with a certificate of authenticity. Let's see. I think we should do another one. What do you think? Okay. Indeed. Hold on. Drum roll, please. Hold on. Oh, the phone. Hold on. The wonderful phone. Let's see. Okay, hang on a minute. There it goes. Okay. Fern, number 4 is Fern. You won also an ACEO card.
Well, congratulations, everybody.
Yes.
And Vanessa, there are 20 viewers, but we only had 13 participants.
Oh, there's still more prizes.
Oh, yeah.
So, what we have up for grabs next week is an original from one of the images that you've seen me do, not the painting, okay? Not the painting, that is not included, okay? We have, Rhodey had already been sent to Carl, so we have the original Scarecrow Boy, the little Bat Girl, the Haunted Music Box Dancer. These are ones that we will be awarding one lucky winner next Sunday for our grand prize winner. Will receive that original. We also have a set of Black Widow markers that needs to go to someone. Are we awarding that today? What do you think, people? Should we wait till Halloween?
Make it special.
We're going to wait. We're going to have you do... Yeah, you're going to have to guess what that gold thing is. I want answers. So in the YouTube comment section, I want to know what is going on with Lady Heather. Okay? Keep it clean. No, this is YouTube. In the description, post your name. You can also message me via Facebook or even send me a message on what am I saying? On Patreon. Mm-hmm. Or even send me an email. Did I say an email? Yeah, yep. Whatever. Any other way, go ahead for a set of Black Widow pencils of your choice. And it worldwide, so forth, what have you. Albert from Black Widow will be sending these. Go ahead and submit your answers. Okay? What you think happened to me and what is that gold thing. You have now until next Saturday, Halloween, to enter. I said just post your comments below, and this is going to be one lucky winner will receive that prize. We also, we also have some more ACO cards to give away. We have the original painting and a couple gift certificates we will be giving away next week. Now, I want you to bring your friends, okay? Bring your friends, and the person who brings the most, friends to my live stream next week will receive a $25 gift certificate for you and your friend who attend my live stream next Sunday, 3 o'clock on November 1st. So, there's a couple contests out there already for you. So jump on in, have some fun, and you can see my palette this is still very clean.
Now,
there's a couple contests
Marge
for you.
brought up movies done by the, I mentioned Hammer Films, the Carry On group. It's a comedy troupe, but they do spoofs on horror movies. They're great too.
Oh, do they?
And Gia says she remembers seeing The Haunted House on the Hill and The Glass House to be scary too.
Yes, they are. I like the haunted though too.
When I was a kid, Vincent Price was the king of horror films, and he did Fall of the House of Usher. That was a good one.
Oh yeah, this is interesting. This is called a rake brush, and you can see here how almost see-through. Here you have the bristles, and here you can have the see-through. This is great for making grass. This is also great for hair. When you have your rake brushes, normally keep them separate so you don't get them confused. I just picked this up, and I'm like, oh, this is my rake brush. That is for hair.
Texture.
So it's kind of, right. It is kind of a good a brush to have in your arsenal. Now, here's another question I just picked up again. Let me move that to the side. Here's a question. How many of you would really like to see more classes and more videos of painting? I cannot find my brush, and it's in my water. Aha. That would be why.
I think Marianne must know me. She said if you painted my phone, I would turn into Godzilla. No, I turn into Gollum. It's my precious.
No.
It's my precious. My precious.
You even got the look down for that one.
It's Halloween. It's my costume. I might have just changed it. I'm going to go ahead and get back to painting. As you can see, when your layers start building up, you have a lot more texture. And creepiness to these pumpkins. Yes.
Well, everybody's so kind to each other, congratulating themselves, and all of our winners said thank you. So
Awesome.
yeah, Dustin loves the lighting effects on the pumpkins.
Thank you. And this is getting really, really fun. And like I said, if you've never tried it, don't be scared. Just, grab a easy... That's Bella.
That's Bella.
Grab an easy set or a inexpensive set, couple brushes, grab your water, an inexpensive canvas, and just start playing with it.
One of these days, I'm going to film you when you have your earbuds in and you're jamming to Cher or something, painting and dancing in front of the canvas. You got to get the full effect.
Oh, yeah. And that happens. You can see my water splotch just went there. Yep, but that gets my mojo going. But I love Cher. I've seen her concert like numerous times when she was not the live, or it was a Living Proof concert was the one I saw the most. But not the farewell concert. She pretty much had the same lineup of songs. But I rarely ever paint to Cher. And she's like, my goddess of songs. But I really, as far as singing. But I don't jam to her when I paint. Weird. Isn't that weird? That's really weird.
That's weird. Everybody's so quiet in chat.
I'm quiet too. I'm
I
sitting
think
here
they
watching.
found the Halloween candy and passed out.
Oh no.
It's so funny. YouTube lets us see how many people are watching, but it's like the least inaccurate counter in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Heather, you're at 436.
Cool. So everyone knows the contest and everything for next week.
So do you have names for those pumpkins?
No.
How about Manny, Moo, and Jack?
No. Cute, but no.
Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod?
No. Jack-o'-lantern.
There you go.
But see, the more, and this is what we say in coloring too, the lighter the layers, the more you can apply before you get, like if you're using colored pencils, your waxy bloom. Otherwise, and this is the same principle with paints. Told you I was going to have something different in store for you this week. And yes, those who are my Patreon members, don't forget, you will have the painting or the illustration to color along with by Sunday. Okay? I have to do that. No, I can't. I cannot give it to you before the live show.
No, it'll
because
be
I know I
distributed.
can do it on Sunday because they've already entered the contest. So
Sure.
yep, then that's safe because I can't give it away. But you should be able to figure it out if you go back and watch the promos. They're all live on YouTube and all that. You should be able to figure this out, or maybe not.
I think Jones is a ham.
Oh, I agree. I agree. I'm getting involved in my mixing here. Right. This little guy has like no color. So we're gonna zap some color on here.
That's funny.
What?
YouTube is getting really bad about the chat things too. It was way behind. I got to catch up here. And I think Lady Heather misspoke. She said Black Widow markers. She meant pencils.
Yep, that's just
And,
a MS thing.
Vanessa likes the Mummy Makari.
Ooh. Yes, MS makes me put words backwards sometimes. So I did misspeak there. I did misspoke. It's normally when my spoons start running out. But it is who I am, and
Glenda said, I think any classes you did would be great. I've learned so much, and I'm most certainly going to miss your weekend get-togethers.
well, we're gonna be doing them through the holidays too.
We may take a little break.
Yeah.
And Kitty says she'd love to see paintings done. That would be a big challenge for me.
It's really not. That's where you just have to embrace it and roll with it. It's just like coloring.
And Masiki says, love to see your paintings. I do mostly watercolors, but I'm interested in everything. And Fern had to go off to feed the cows and haul hay.
Uh-oh.
And Evelyn says, remember, it's only paint. You just have to have fun.
Exactly.
Gia says, I won't start painting. My result will be the scariest horror movie ever. Oh, no, that's not true.
No.
It's like, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice.
And you can see now it looks more like a jack-o'-lantern, but we're still.
And Carl had to take off. Must go, everyone. Time to feed Rhodey and the family. Happy Halloween, one and all. Love the presentation. And Heather said,
Bye.
Dustin ate all the candy.
Dustin. He's probably sitting there in the corner laughing.
And Davissa has to take her daughter to work, and she's listening in the car, and she's typing for her.
All right.
Dustin says, now I got a stomach ache. Shame on me. And everybody's quiet because they're watching closely. Yeah.
It's just fun playing with Evelyn said it. It's just you have to at least try it once, whether it be oil paints or watercolors or whatever. It's just playing with color, and you get so and I get quiet. I mean, I do apologize for that.
And Carl and Judith are brother and sister on The Walking Dead. Go figure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Carl and Judith, you're part of The Walking Dead.
I asked
I
everyone
should
if they were
pick up
still
on that.
here when YouTube had kind of lost the chat feed.
Uh-huh.
And Kitty says, yes, still here, just watching in awe. Brain fart. Glenda's still watching, so we're glad
I
to have you
can't
all
believe-
with us.
Yes, indeed. I can't believe I missed that. Oh, well, since they took off Carl off The Walking Dead, it kind of.
It tanked.
Although Carl wasn't my big, huge person.
No, that would be Negan.
No, it was Glenn
Oh.
and Morgan. Morgan, I was sold. I wonder. I go back and I watch that, and I wonder what really sold it to me. Was it really Rick?
No.
And then it's not. And I sit back and I wonder, is it really the Rick show or is it really Morgan?
I think it's Morgan. He's the arc.
And then there's Beta. Or not Beta, Alpha. We're all animals here.
You creep me out.
I know. That should be a voiceover.
You liked Glenn? I heard his performance was smashing.
Oh, that was bad. No, I love Glenn. And then Morgan. See, that's a lot of people don't respect that episode. You have Glenn buried underneath there in the trash can because everybody on the planet's heard about that. Then you go to the next episode, which is probably one of my favorite episodes with Morgan. And, I can't even remember the name of it. It's not, what is it? I don't know, it's got Tabitha the Goat with Eastman. Brilliant episode.
Now, Kitty says she tried watching it but didn't get through the first episode. You kind of got to watch 4 or 5 of them to get it.
Just like Stranger Things. Oh, I could have been 11. I may change my costume.
That would be cute.
11. Okay, now I just stuck my whole arm into paint.
I could get you a curly wig and a trucker hat. You could be Dustin.
Oh, no, Dusty Buns. Dusty Buns, Dusty Buns. How many of you are not Walking Dead, Stranger Thing fans?
They're supposed to come back when? Spring?
Nah.
They're filming
Sure.
now, so.
Sure. Too long. I understand the pandemic too long.
Well, I enjoyed watching her play Enola Holmes. That was good.
That was really good. Billy Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, that's it.
Vanessa wants to change her costume.
Uh-oh. I'm waiting.
Masiki loves Stranger Things.
Yes.
And Dustin says with Walking Dead, there's a reason it's been on for 10 years.
Oh, yeah. Because it's great.
My favorite character is Daryl.
No, it just... I don't know.
He's the most real of all of them.
I don't know. Negan. Just Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yes, Vanessa, you can change your costume.
Oh, did she say... I thought she said she was changing her costume.
She wants to be Elvira. Okay,
Oh, right.
My vote's for that. I like Elvira.
Gonna switch brushes here. And we will be signing off here shortly.
You've got an hour and 45 minutes on the clock.
I thank you all who attended this.
We've had fun.
It's been a blast. And the fun is just beginning. I can't wait till you see what you think is going on.
Dustin says they have 6 more episodes for 2021. It's an extension of season 10, and then season 11 will be the final season.
Yeah, with, 24 episodes?
Vanessa says not flipping Negan. After what he did to Glenn and
Abraham. Yeah, but oh. Little pig, let me in. It's just his one-liners. This is freaky deaky. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh, mercy me.
I kind of thought they were going to have Beta kill Negan.
No.
Davissa says, so much fun. Thank you. Have a good day. You too, Davissa.
Bye.
And Marianne says, can't wait to see what it all ends up with when it's all done.
I can't wait to see what y'all think.
Right now, you guys have seen the background and the foreground, but you haven't seen the centerpiece. That's the mystery.
As you can see, I'm adding in details now to the pumpkin. Just getting...
Mark says, I've had so much fun. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. And
awesome.
Dustin says Maggie wants revenge on Negan. I bet she does.
Jeez, I really like Maggie. I like the whole Glenn... I don't know. I don't know. What was heartbreaking is then when they fired Carl, and Negan didn't get his chance. That whole, we were robbed of that. That was.
Vanessa says, I bet he'll find Lucille again.
I hope.
Glenda says, it's always so much fun. Learning something new is the icing on the cake.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear.
Now, the funny thing is, everybody, since she's not jamming on tunes, she's at about half speed here. When she's rocking and rolling, she paints twice as fast.
Well, the background, this whole background and the undertone took me, 3 hours, if that? And that was in between backing up and dancing and all that kind of good stuff, so. And it's just laying in the simple things now. Just.
So when she's done painting, she takes that palette, she covers it with aluminum foil and sticks it in the fridge.
Oh, yeah. You can also get, I can't think of it. Wet palettes, too. And that's where you have, like a sponge underneath.
Marianne says, wow, you really have to make that video, Tom, so we could all see that.
No!
I think I will, because she sings along with her ear pods.
Yeah, but I don't sing the whole entire song, just like keywords.
No, just highlights out of it. So,
Nope.
if she lets me, I'll film it.
Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. Nobody wants to see me dance. So this is coming along really, really nice. It has a lot of slow dry medium on it. And so you need to like blow dry it in order to keep advancing. So that's why I'm kind of working all over in various areas.
Evelyn loves wet palettes, and everyone thinks we really need to see and hear that. So
No. Good try.
so does Kitty.
No. You can imagine it.
And Dustin. No, I'll film it.
Nope.
She won't even know.
Oh, yes, I will.
Vanessa says, please sing Don't Stop Believin' by Journey.
Oh, that's a good song.
And yes, Gia asked, can you use the palette again after you take it out of the fridge?
Yes, it keeps your paint wet. Every couple days you may want to go in with your mister and just kind of, just zap it. But the wet palette has a sponge in it. It has almost like a real heavy kind of like tracing paper on it. You lay your paints on there and it just got a lid on it. If you let it sit out too much, what will happen is, it'll start molding. So you need to just kind of watch this. This here in the refrigerator with aluminum foil over it. This is just a really inexpensive palette, but it fits my hand really nice. I hate the ones with the fingers on it. And plus, when you're sitting there, if you had a regular palette, with my thumb up there in this, when you start wetting it down, since I hold my palette like this, it would all kind of run. But this is tame. I will take a picture and show you my palette. This is reasonable right now. You can actually you can see what's happening.
And Glenda says, dance like no one's watching. Nothing wrong in that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Evelyn says, what happens at band camp stays at band camp.
All right. I love those movies. Well, I'm going to let this dry right now. So we're going to end. Yay! We're going to end today's live stream. It has been fun. Remember, those who won, please contact me here in the next day or two with your address and so forth. And Oh, I can't wait. Next week it's my birthday weekend and it's Halloween, and we are going to have a blast and give away some awesome stuff, and there still is another grand prize that you guys don't know about yet. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me today. I'm glad that you all enjoyed a little something different, and have a great day. Love you all.
Enjoy what's left of your weekend. Bye all.